How you guys been?
Pretty good.
I just want to read Leviticus 1
Oh, go ahead.
because I
bro.
feel like it's weighing heavy on my spirit. Leviticus 1:14 says, "If his offering to the Lord is a burnt offering of birds, then he shall bring his offering of turtle doves and pigeons." I just want to bring my turtle doves and pigeons to the Lord.
Are you making fun of scripture right now?
No, I'm just.
Wait, just
I mean, shoot.
can you
you
put
shoot.
chicken in the?
Just give your
Mix.
turtle doves and pigeons to the Lord.
Well, yeah, sure.
Okay.
I think that's it.
I just feel
I'll
like
do
that was
that.
weighing heavy on my heart, dude.
Yeah, I did. I shot a dove. No, I didn't shoot a dove.
You shot a dove?
I don't know. I remember shooting a dove with my. It wasn't a dove. I remember shooting a bird with my cousins one time,
That's a nice memory.
and we ate
Stuff
it.
we do with our
You
cousins.
ate a bird.
Wait,
Yeah, it was a little bird,
what?
and we went and we
You
like.
cooked it?
Yeah, we cooked it.
Bro,
Dude.
what?
Like we had a pellet gun. He shot it in the back of the head,
Oh my
and
gosh.
then we like got a little fire thingy over a trash can. I think I don't know.
Dude,
And we cooked that thing and we ate it,
You ate a bird.
and it was good. It was not even bad.
Maverick ate a bird.
It's
and,
Reddit, dude.
and Maverick said it was good.
Maverick said it was good. Talk about flipping the bird.
Dude. So you gave that bird to the Lord, right?
I led that bird to the Lord right there. Cam
Yes.
hasn't seen that.
No, we saw it yesterday.
What?
The 2 days
Yeah,
ago.
come on, Kevin.
What?
You were here. Never mind.
Oh yeah, I did see it.
I crumpled.
Was
the
that
kid.
yesterday?
No, that was
2 days ago.
2 days
2 days
ago.
ago.
Yeah, we went mountain biking together. That was fun.
Yeah, we
Dude,
did.
that was fun.
I almost died 20 times actually.
Dude,
I could not. I literally just fell over in front of everybody because I couldn't unclip my shoes. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna lay down.
That was one of the scariest things I've ever done in my life. I
Yeah.
actually.
Dude, it was scary to watch you, honestly.
I was so scared.
Because on the berm part, like when you kept going down, I was like, oh, he's going off. There's no way he doesn't run straight into that tree.
Oh my
dude, I did run straight into a tree one time.
Yeah. Somehow we all
That was
survived.
when my chain came off. Yeah.
It was just the time I fell and my shoelace got stuck on the bike, and I was just like, "Well,
It's just by the grace of God, you know. He
Yeah.
was just like, it's not your time yet.
yeah." He protected us, and we survived.
Yeah,
But
Amen.
it was fun.
It was. Glad you guys could come.
Yeah. Well, welcome back to Christian Nuggets,
Yeah.
episode
Dude,
3.
we actually have chicken nuggets this time.
Yeah,
for real
we
got
got
chicken nuggets
we
this
got
time.
chicken nuggets.
So whenever we say something good, we're going to immediately follow it up by
Eating a
chewing ASMR.
chicken. Oh no,
We're not doing that. We're
No,
not.
it's just going to be eating in your ears.
Yeah, sure.
Or just eat a chicken nugget.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish we had the bag because it said nugget on the
Oh,
front,
yeah.
and that's the only reason I got these.
Because they
I mean-
actually said nugget.
Yeah, I got these at Publix.
Yeah, that makes sense.
These are plant-based chicken nuggets, dude.
There you go.
So-
I don't even know what that means. Does that mean that they're made from plants or that the
So it's
the
not a
chicken
real
nuggets
chicken.
eat
Mm.
plants?
So,
So it's
I mean,
fake chicken.
if you think about it,
No. Is it like
the
is it-
Lord made.
like is it a plant-based diet for the chicken?
Yeah,
like
I
were the
think so.
chickens
Yes.
feed
I think
fed?
so.
Yeah.
The chickens are feeding us technically.
Yeah. Which means we're getting a plant-based
Have
diet.
you ever been fed by a chicken? The answer would be yes,
Yeah.
because you're
So
eating chicken.
Yeah.
so if the chicken nuggets are plant-based and we're eating the chicken nuggets, does that mean that counts for
We
a
are plant-based.
vegetarian diet? Yeah, exactly.
Does that mean we're grass-fed?
Well, I'm grass-fed.
And it's on top of the iconic SpongeBob box.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
so
Yes, it is.
Makes it that much better.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about your Christian image, how you look in public versus at church.
How do I look?
How you act too.
Do I look good?
Yeah, you look good.
Yeah, you
You look actually really good.
Sure.
I like that jacket.
Hey, calm down, Camden. Just kidding.
No, I like it.
Yeah.
Hollister, bro.
Looks good.
I'm just broke.
Do you guys both have Hollister on?
Hey,
Yeah,
Wow,
everything I
actually.
own is Hollister.
dang.
Oh yeah, but it's also about how you act,
Yeah.
not just looks, but how you act outside of
Well,
church.
yeah,
right.
that's kind of what I meant.
Anywhere, any other place.
Not physical image, Christian image. Yeah.
It's not like
Just
not
how you
like
look.
just how you look.
on Sunday I wear these shoes,
Yeah.
but throughout the week, let me tell you, my shoes are not that nice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Yeah, I got these like old Vans on, right? Dude, you're not even wearing shoes.
bro, I got Vans on too.
Maverick's not even wearing shoes. I just want to address this.
I'm totally barefoot.
I want to undress the elephant.
We're back to
We're
this.
back to undressing the elephant.
Oh man. Well,
No more
Oh
elephants.
my gosh.
No more elephants. Only chickens.
Yes, only chickens.
We should be the elephant nuggets.
What?
Change
But
our
still
whole
chicken,
thing.
right? Still chicken.
Is it?
Yes.
Elephant fed chickens to make chicken.
All right. Well,
Okay, yeah.
next Christian image. What? I'm just gonna ask you guys straight up, like, to start this off. What do you think varies between your image outside of church and inside of church? Because everybody's obviously a little bit different.
Yeah. So for me, it depends on. It obviously depends on where I am.
Mm-hmm.
But at church, I'm very outgoing, I feel like, and kind of crazy and hyper. I
Yeah,
have,
bro,
like,
you are.
energy.
I'm
yeah.
kidding.
I mean, well,
You got
guys
that
know.
Holy
You see it.
Spirit.
I got that Holy Spirit and the Celsius
It's the joy of the
flowing
Lord.
through my veins.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then so like at school when I went to
Parish.
public high school, parish
Yikes.
community high school.
I'm kidding.
It was it wasn't like I did bad things, but I pretty much kept to myself the whole 2 years that I was there. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Like,
think it was 2 years.
I stayed less outgoing just because for me I kind of like knew that the people in the school were not going to be good influences or role models.
Yeah.
And so like I'd be friendly to people, but to me I pretty much just kept to myself and like worked on school, and like the couple friends I had were nerds. And so I would like sit at the nerd table, but I loved
Yeah.
it because it was just like, I don't know, I got to work on school and these guys
Yeah.
were not just only talking
Well,
about
that's one of the best things
junk.
you can do when you're at a public school like that. You know, you have to be there for, I don't know, how many months are you in school? Is
A
it
lot.
I don't even
Is
know.
it like 9 or 10? No, it's like
something.
it's like 9 months, 8 months. Yeah,
It's like
you have to be around those
being
people
pregnant.
for that long.
Yeah. Like being pregnant.
Yes,
Yeah. It's
you have to be around those people for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the best things you can do is not necessarily be super close to them, but just, you know, be friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I mean, if they ever ask you about like church or anything,
yeah.
talk to them about that.
Yeah. The Bible says always be ready to share
Yes.
your story or
Mhm.
your relationship with God, how you got there, right?
Yeah, right,
There's
it does.
actual, I don't even remember where it was, but I read it recently. It said you gotta like always be prepared for when that time comes, because there's
I
gonna
read
be
that
somebody
recently
that
too.
yeah, there's gonna be somebody that needs to hear that.
I remember this one kid that, so I went to class and I ended up like switching out of this class. So I didn't like talk to him, I guess, for a little bit after I switched out.
Yeah.
But while I was in that class, I was like talking with him and trying to like just find a friend, I guess. So I was talking with this kid, and he was definitely more of an interesting character and kind of like the type of person that I was like, okay, I probably shouldn't let you influence me or be a role model in my life or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
he took my binder one time, like it was just sitting on my desk,
Yeah.
and he snagged my binder. And it's a big binder. I had a lot of stuff in it.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah. I can't remember. I think he either threw it at my head or he smacked
Oh
it.
my god.
Okay, what?
He smacked me in the face, I think, with it. Like he just picked up my binder and I think he just smacked me in the face. And I was
Why
like,
would he do that?
okay. And I don't know. Like it didn't hurt too bad, but it was like, okay, that was kind of stupid.
And then you got detention for it.
No. So I just kind of like sat there. I was like grabbed my binder, picked it up off the ground, I think. I don't remember what happened. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And he was like, a little bit later, he was like, why didn't you hit me back when I smacked you in the face? And I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know, just didn't really feel like it. It was
Yeah.
kind of dumb, and it was like a good segue and opportunity to be like, because of my religion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like,
And you led that kid to the Lord right there.
Yeah, so there's I don't know if this is the exact verse, but it says, but in your hearts honor Christ the Lord as holy, always being prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks you for a reason for the hope that is in you.
That is
Yet do it
definitely
with gentleness and respect. And that's 1 Peter 3:15.
Yes, that is it.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that, I mean, it's so true. Like,
Yeah.
especially in school.
just being able to like, and
It's hard to be vulnerable too.
it is, but it doesn't have to be something like where you feel like you need to always like be reaching out to people or trying to help people.
Yeah.
Like, it's what it comes down to is you just sitting and being a image of what God is.
Right.
Like, you being the best Christian you can be, and people will see that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know?
Because when you're loving other people, they
Yeah.
will see Jesus' love through that.
And that's when, like,
Exactly.
the
And that's like
opportunities...
what the point of it is.
Yeah, I feel
For
like that's
sure.
when the opportunities come for you to, like, talk to people,
Yeah.
is when you're just, like, have a good image and are acting different than everyone else, and it's like,
Mhm.
then people can come to you and be like, yo, why are you different, I guess.
Yeah, and you're not trying to make people see that. You don't want to be like,
Yeah.
look at me, look what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's when it gets
That's
like
when it gets
difficult.
unhealthy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can't be trying like to do that.
Yeah.
Because
You
then it won't
really-
work.
But it's
Yeah.
like, you just need to want to be a good Christian type thing.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
comes with its own rewards for you. But then, I guess, keeping your image is, once you start living that way and just wanting to live that way, it's just kind of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
But then that can segue into good relationship or good conversations and relationships with others.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to have that good Christian integrity. Integrity is like being the same person, being genuine no matter where you are.
Mhm.
Pretty much.
Because there is people that are in church that, try to act and look like a Christian because they're in church.
Yeah.
But then when they leave,
It's
they
totally
start
different.
doing the things that don't line up with what we're supposed to do according to the Bible and stuff. And then another thing is, like, there's so many distractions in other places.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more about making sure you're not going to the distractions to help other people.
Yeah.
Because when you go too much, you'll fall off from yourself.
And it's
Mhm.
distractions, but it's also just even peer pressure,
Yes.
which is like, it's not just, hey, do it. Why are you not doing it? Like, it's not just out there, like, as presented as peer pressure. Peer pressure can just be like a group of friends over here are doing something and you're wanting to fit in.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
peer pressure is more subtle than people realize. So when you're tempted to do the things that they're doing, it's more of like, why do you want to do it? And
Mhm.
is it really something you should do? I guess.
That comes from the cultural psychology, because when we
Mhm.
see everybody doing something, as humans, we want to do those things. Like, we want to fit in.
Yeah.
But we weren't made to fit in. We were supposed to be the ones that go to God
Yeah.
and get
Yeah.
our...
We're called to be different.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, but you just want to make sure that you're not giving into peer pressure,
Mhm.
even if it doesn't look like it.
And I'm thinking just a little more about integrity, like what we do and just who we are when we're not around other people. It comes out when we're around people.
Ooh.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know, what we do in the dark comes out in the light.
Yeah, for
I-
sure.
I love,
That's a Christian nugget.
dude, I gotta eat
Yeah.
that now.
I'm gonna take one because I'm starving.
No, I actually
But it
really
was
liked
good. It was
I
good.
really liked
Alright,
what you said.
Sink it.
Hey, yeah.
Or dink it.
Let's go.
Sorry. Dink it, sink
Hey,
it.
hey guys.
Oh,
First ever Christian nugget.
Dude,
Ready?
that's like,
we should take like 3 for what Caleb said the first episode.
Hey, ready? All at the same time.
Okay.
2, 1. Plant-based.
Yep. You're gonna taste the plant.
Mm.
This sounds nasty.
Let's just
Why
speed
are
this
we
up.
doing this? This is disgusting.
I think they were spicy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They were
I
a
can
little
taste the
spicy.
spice.
I was feeling that the back of my throat. What? No.
Caleb. Christian nuggets.
This is disgusting. I don't know why anyone would listen to this.
Because we're different, bro. We were called to be different.
Now I got the hiccups, dude.
This is like the worst of ASMR and a podcast. Like, we're just making the worst of both because we're talking loud, but we're also eating.
I'm just gonna like hold my breath for a minute.
Okay, we gotta remember what you said because it was good. Oh, being like the way you are in the dark can influence how you are in public. And
Yes.
yeah, I think that's really good because the way you live on your own definitely has an effect on how you live in front of other people.
Not even like trying to either. It's like that just happens from what you're doing by yourself, and then how you go into with other people. It's a psychology thing. It's just built into our subconscious mind. Like it just flows from one to the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it can come from like being at school or hanging out with people. Like it can come from, hey, you start doing things that you wouldn't normally do because you're with people.
Yep.
But then while you're by yourself, you keep going farther and farther, and then that just, it still is going to push you farther and farther when you're with people.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that we have to be careful about with bad influences, is not hanging around them so much that we start to take those like whatever actions and thoughts into our private lives.
Yeah.
It's almost like
Balance.
those people
Yeah.
become the people that are pouring into you, and that's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You want to have, and we kind of talked about this last week, you know, the people that are pouring into you,
Yeah.
you know, what was it, intake?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Intake.
That was a while ago.
Still going back to
Yeah.
balance, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's important. Well, how much, because you don't want to not hang out with people. I mean, Jesus hung out with sinners and tax collectors and
He dined with them.
exactly. But it's,
Who are you dining with?
yeah. But to me, I don't feel like Jesus was influenced by what they were doing. As
No, they
Right,
were
yeah.
influenced by him.
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
the thing.
exactly.
He knew when he was going there not to get too involved with
Exactly.
them, but also to still influence them.
So then it's that balance for us. We need to know where we are spiritually to where we can fill into them, but not be poured into ourselves by worldly things like that.
Yeah.
So
Almost not being influenced.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
a time for everything. Like sometimes we're not ready to go that far into other
Mhm.
people's relationships with God.
Sure.
Mhm.
We have to focus on ours for a while until you're ready
And sometimes
to do that.
they will be brought to you more
Yeah.
like seeking you out.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Brought to you by God.
by God.
Literally.
Dang, that was
Literally.
Dang.
that's
I
hilarious.
should be a commercial like guy.
yeah
I don't know.
commercial
Guy.
guy.
You know, just
Yeah.
that guy on the commercial. He's just like weird, and he like talks to you, and he looks
Especially
at you.
car
and-
commercials.
Yes, dude.
Okay, sure.
Okay, bring it back. Bring it back.
Anyways, bringing that back.
Yes.
So it comes back to what are you doing in your private time? I mean, obviously, what are you doing while you're with other people, but it's also what are you doing in your private time, which can also go back to intake and worship. You know,
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
you worshiping and praising God and reading your Bible in your private time
Mhm.
and like really trying to build your relationship with Him and become a better person? Or are you, watching not very good shows on Netflix or YouTube?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it has to be about your intention,
Mhm.
because you can watch things like that, but if your intention's on that and not on what God wants us to do, then you're not gonna do it right.
attention or intention?
Intention.
Okay. So like,
So
Well,
your
kind of both.
intention to read the Bible shouldn't be because other people, like leaders, told you to read the Bible.
yeah,
You need to read the
absolutely.
Bible because you want to know God.
That's true.
You want to know what He lined up for us and what He said, His Word.
Yeah. And Maverick, you just said attention, but like, where are you putting your attention?
Mm-hmm.
You know, where are you putting your mind? Basically, any part of the day. You know,
Yeah.
wherever you are.
Yeah.
I mean, what your mind. We talked about this like last week too, like where you put your mind, or your thoughts. You know, produce actions, and your actions can produce thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like it kind of goes back to the worship. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think when when our attention is on God and our intention is right, we start reading the Bible, not just to read it, but to apply it to our lives, and that's when we start seeing changes with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it needs
Because
to
you
be,
start acting.
Yeah. And it needs
Yeah.
to be, I'm reading the Bible for me
Mhm.
and for my relationship with God to grow so that I can be a better Christian and a better person.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't just be like you said, oh, well, I'm in a Bible study right now, which is good, but it can't just be like, oh, I'm in a,
I mean, a lot of people do get started like that.
Yeah.
But then it's
Mhm.
got to continue with your.
but don't do it just because you're in a Bible study. Do it because you really want to.
Mhm.
Like, don't just do it because, oh, my friend told me to read this, so I'll do it. Or, I'm in a Bible study, so I'll read it, but then probably won't after. Like, make sure you're reading it with the intent to grow,
Yeah.
because it has a lot that it can teach you if you're there to accept it.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, we're talking about Christian image here. You're kind of talking about like the Bible a little bit. Like, if we want to, look like Christ, we have to know what Christ looked like.
Yeah.
So we have to read the Bible for ourselves, like you were saying, and begin to know God more and more. The more we know God, the more we can look like God.
Mm-hmm.
So I think reading the Bible is, intimately having a relationship with God and reading his word and knowing more about him is so important.
Yeah.
Because it also begins to affect other people, not because you're trying to affect those people, because you're being so,
Yeah.
you're being so
Devoted.
intentional. Yeah, devoted to.
And maybe it's not like your Christian image is bad because you're trying to be a bad person, but maybe you just don't have a really good understanding of the way that God lived and the way that we're called to be,
Right.
So reading your Bible gives you this image of not only who you're called to be, but who God was and like what you can do. I mean, there's so many great examples in the Bible of what God has done that can be a message to you to teach you and influence you on how you should behave in certain situations.
Yeah.
Like for me, one of the good ones is Jesus says that, like, he explains that in the Old Testament it was if an eye for an eye, basically. Like, if you smack me, I can smack you back. But then he says that I'm telling you to, if you smack me, I'm going to turn the other cheek, basically. Like, I will let you smack me again, and I'm not going to retaliate it. So to me, that's a big thing where it's like, okay.
And that's one example. There's so many more.
Exactly. But that's kind of like where I was with the story at the beginning. I was like, I'm not going to smack this kid back. I don't know. Hit me again. Do it again. So it's like, even putting myself in situations to plan for these type of things, like, can kind of do that, which is good boundaries. But like for me, I know, or I plan on, if I ever get in a fight or something stupid like that, like someone punches me, I know that I do not want to retaliate that.
Yeah.
And I was just looking at a verse to like support what you're saying. James 1:19 says, "Know this, my beloved brothers, let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger." In any situation.
Yeah, and I think that we, not only when we want to read the Bible, we don't realize how much we need to read the Bible. Because sometimes we're like, oh, I don't want to, so I'm not going to. But it's important to, even when you don't want to read anyway.
Yeah.
Because that's when we find the stuff we really need.
Yeah.
Like, it just starts
relating. Dude. So that is actually how I started reading the Bible when I was like, started taking my Christianity seriously. It was really when I started going to Bayside. That's when I started reading the Bible, even though I didn't want to, even though I didn't really understand it as good as I do now, or I don't even understand it that good
the same thing
right
with
now.
me.
But it's just reading when you don't want to. It's creating that habit in your life, so that way you almost learn to love it.
Yeah.
Take, for example, I don't like peanuts, okay? And I really don't. I hate peanuts. If I start eating peanuts, even though I don't like them, and they can be good for you, I guess, I think, right?
I mean, it depends. If you go to, like, Texas Roadhouse and there's all that salt and stuff, I don't know if that's good for you, but sure.
No, but if say I don't like peanuts, if I start eating them, making it a habit, I'm going to start to like them. And I'm going to start to eat them more.
Also, you can take that with, like, vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you don't really like them at the beginning, once you start eating them and realizing how good they are for you, you'll continue to want to eat them.
And you get more comfortable with them, like, say it's the texture or taste. You get more comfortable and start expecting that taste or texture.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh.
Yeah.
And it fills you with what you need. Same thing with the Bible.
You know, I just had a thought. It goes the same way if you're, making bad habits. Say you don't like spicy food. I don't like spicy food. Those nuggets are freaking spicy, dude.
Are they really?
No, not really.
They're not that bad.
But for the point, though.
Yeah, for the
go
point.
ahead.
Say those chicken nuggets are like really spicy, and I'm gonna start eating them more and more. I'm gonna make a bad habit to want to like them, want to eat them more, and it's spicy. let's use the analogy that spicy is bad for you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Or
or we can just
nuggets,
do
like-
junk food.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fast food.
Okay, I'm using bad examples.
No, it's okay. I get what you're saying.
I mean, fast
though.
food though.
Yeah. Just take fast food, for example.
Yeah.
You want to eat them more. You want to learn to like them more when you start eating more of them. So it's almost like if you start hanging around those bad friends, those toxic people in your life that aren't pouring good things into you, you're going to want to be around them more when you just start hanging around them.
And then you'll start acting
More and
like
more,
that
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
You got to learn
what's-
to, remain steadfast in your Christian faith.
What's
Yeah.
funny and I think really good about this analogy / metaphor thing, I don't really know.
Yeah.
Is when you think about fast food and vegetables, it's a lot easier to get fast food / junk food,
Yeah.
and you usually will like it more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like while you're eating it, you'll like it a lot more.
It's made to make you want more of it.
Exactly. But when you eat vegetables, that's what's going to be good for you.
Yeah,
That's what's good for your body.
And when
your
you're
person.
when you're eating the fast food, at the moment it's really good,
Mhm.
but then after you realize how unhealthy that was for you.
And
Yeah.
sometimes it can make you feel bad.
Yes.
Like,
Exactly.
dude, sometimes fast food does some bad stuff to me.
Mhm.
Like, it
Mhm.
makes me feel sick sometimes.
Yeah. So then when you start to make a habit of that, you'll start being unhealthy and then not even realizing how far down the line you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's easy to get to. It's hard to see.
Yeah.
And it definitely tempts you because you're wanting it. And there's nothing bad with eating fast food, even if it's every once in a while. Like, you still can hang out with people, but if it starts to be all you eat and you start becoming obese, or
If it starts to affect your Christian health. Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's the same thing with how you hang out with people. Are you hanging out with people too much to where it is affecting your health? Or are you just doing it every once in a while and staying healthy with your vegetables, which is reading your Bible and praying? Are you staying healthy with your vegetables and just connecting with those people when you
Yeah.
It's really
you can stay healthy?
It's really in anything like that. Like
Yeah.
not like people is a good example, but anything else in your life that you do too much will eventually become unhealthy
Mm-hmm.
without you even knowing it.
Yeah.
And then you got to turn back and you're in a mess that you didn't have to be in
Yeah.
if
And
you would have noticed it earlier.
if you look at the world, if you look at TV, if you watch TV, I mean, I watch a whole lot of TV. But I don't watch a whole lot of TV. But if you look at that on commercials or anything like that, the world is trying to show you more unhealthy things
Yeah.
than healthy things.
Yeah.
So the world is trying to make us not look like Christ.
Yeah, you're sitting watching YouTube. How many more fast food or pizza
Yeah.
Yeah.
commercials do you see than like eat vegetables?
How many vegetable commercials do you
That's
see?
why
Like,
it's so
dude,
This is a good analogy.
No, it is. That's why it's so important for us to know that the difference between the world and God, because it's completely different things
Mhm.
that you can be influenced by. And if you don't take enough in, like again, intake is the thing we come
Yeah.
back to. If you don't take enough Jesus in your life, you're gonna become like the world,
Right.
and you don't want to turn into the world, because that's not what we were meant to do.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it comes down to, I mean, we're called to be an influence and help people. So, like, hang out with them, but make sure that you're staying healthy with it and that you have enough good things in your life, which is God, and good people, which is influence or veggies, basically, fruits and veggies, to balance that out,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm.
Bro, this podcast is actually therapy. Like, for us, it's so good
Dude,
hearing this
honestly.
stuff. Not
For
even
real.
just to say it, but to listen to you guys. Like,
It's good
It's a good
conversation.
topic.
it's
for sure.
really good.
I love this topic.
Me
I'm
too.
loving this analogy.
I know.
Oh my
It actually
gosh.
makes so much sense, though.
Yeah.
Let's see, how many chicken nuggets do we have left?
7.
Dude, someone's gonna get an extra.
It's true.
Why would they put that
An
many chicken nuggets in that bag?
That was the whole bag.
That sucks. Yeah.
Oh.
Unless your mom took like half of them.
Your mom
and
was
didn't
like,
tell us.
She could've eaten
Dude,
one,
these
I don't
chicken
know.
nuggets look so good.
Yeah, she ate
And
them.
she was like gonna save them for herself.
Yeah. Dang, she's really influenced by the world right now.
Yeah.
We need to
see?
be there for her.
Oh.
Yes. I just saw a good verse. Like, just randomly clicking on a verse. that supports what we're talking about. And
Dang,
Jesus
okay.
answered them. See that no one leads you astray.
Boom.
Boom, roasted.
Yeah. I love how he doesn't say, like, don't
Yeah.
hang out. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's pretty simple of a verse.
Yeah.
Just don't let people lead you astray.
Simplicity. Simple is more.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Less is more.
And I think it's different for everyone. Like, you can't expect to have the same outreach for people like bad influences as someone like your pastor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because they are being, they should be being filled strong, like being filled constantly. I don't know. It doesn't have
Everyone
to be a
has
pastor.
everyone has a different
their
purpose though.
Yeah.
Like some people were made to do that way more than someone else that was made to be a worship leader,
Mm-hmm.
which is also having an influence, but not in the same way.
Yeah.
Matthew 24 is a great place to read if we're talking about Christian image and
Okay.
just being a Christian in general, I guess.
Yeah.
Where was it? Verse 9? Yeah. 24:9. They will deliver you up to tribulation and put you to death, and you will be hated by all nations for my name's sake.
Dang.
So we're meant to stand for his name,
Yeah.
for his name's sake. We're going to be hated by the world,
Mm-hmm.
but we're not called to be loved by the world. We're called to be hated by the world and to love, not love what the world is doing, but to love the people in the world.
Yeah. And I think it's also good to, your Christian image goes back to intake, but you need to have a good group of Christian friends. Because if all you're receiving is hate, like the world is just attacking you, like hate, and you don't have people speaking life into you.
That's when it becomes too much.
The
Yeah.
world has enough negativity.
We both
Yeah.
can't talk.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And that's
negativity.
yeah, that's where it comes for if you are, it's being a good friend, but also making sure you have good friends. Like
Mhm.
talking negatively towards your brothers, like, I don't know. Like if I was talking negative to Camden, it's just, if he's already receiving a lot of negativity from the world and the people he's hanging out with there, and then he's also getting it from church, like,
Then why would I need?
not only what's the difference, but like, what are you going to start to believe? Like that can start to tear you down.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about that a little more. What are you looking like inside church
Yeah.
to the people around you at church? And for the reason you just stated, because you don't know what that person has been through, their past couple of days,
Yeah.
if
Mhm.
they've had so much negativity, and then they go to church and they see it as a place of peace and worship,
Yeah.
because that's really what it is. It's a place of peace and worship
Or
and
where they
community.
can get help or things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you start
And you start-
ridiculing them for that.
Yeah.
So me personally, I relate a lot to the lonely kid, because that was me once.
Mm-hmm.
I was the
Mhm.
kid that had no friends and had no one to go to.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see someone at church, even when they walk in the door and they just are lonely, look lonely, I always try my best to say hi to them,
Yeah.
because the first impression is so important.
Yeah,
If you do something positive, say what's up to them, make them feel welcomed and like at home,
Yeah.
that's going to change their whole church experience.
And the church is supposed to be a community. Like
Yeah.
if you're
Yes.
just going to church and you're just going for you and you pretty much just go, don't talk to anyone, leave, don't talk to
Mhm.
anyone, are you not only that's not good for you, but that's not helping others. Like,
Yeah.
and church is a great place to help others because there's people there that are broken and need help, and we're supposed to be a place that they can come for that. But it's also a place where you aren't going to be, or you shouldn't be, ridiculed for believing what you believe. So it's the best place to do it. And if you're not even being a light in church,
This little light of
certainly-
mine.
I think
yeah,
I
but
think
you're
it's-
certainly not being one outside of church.
Right.
If you're
I
not
think that's
in.
why serving feels so good, because we have that community that we serve with, but we also get to serve others.
Mhm.
And it's not just about receiving, it's about giving.
Yeah,
Right.
and it's not like you have to serve or be on the serve team or whatever at your church, but it's like if you can be at your church and just talk to someone, just
Yeah.
be in relation to people, it
And
feels good for you, and it's what we're called to do.
I found that to be one of the hardest things for me, talking to people and being open.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because, dude, I mean, we've all been through things, you know? But at like a specific time in my life, I was going through something. And I just had to open up to people. And you were one of those people that I opened up to. I didn't really know you at the time. I don't know if you were even there at church yet. But I just, I felt able to open up to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's important.
it felt so good letting that out and not putting it on other people, but
just
almost letting them help
communicating
me.
and allowing other people to give you advice or be able to tell you like, yeah, I'll walk I'll walk with you through this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't need advice. You just need someone to be there with you through
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
I want to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I want to ask you guys, like, what's something you struggle with personally with your Christian image? Because we all have different struggles and different things that like make it harder for us.
I would say for me, it's being the same person at home and at, X, anywhere.
Yeah.
Being the same person at home and anywhere else. That's the hardest thing for me because sometimes I can be, I don't know, bitter toward my siblings or, respond to my parents in a way that I probably shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes to like, it changes who you are outside
Yeah.
of your, or no. Yeah. It
Both.
changes who you are, really.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're alone, and I said this earlier, when you're alone, it'll come out in the light. Whatever you do in the dark comes out in the light.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd like to, and I'll come back to this, but I'd also like to go back to being there for other people and opening up.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to be there for someone or talk to someone in church doesn't mean you have to get in a deep conversation. But it can literally just be like, oh, hey, how was your week? How's the job? How's the family? Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Small
How's the
talk
kids?
helps. I don't know. I just wanted to say that because it's like a lot of times people are, I feel like, think if I can't have a really great conversation with this person, then what's the point? But just being there in the little things, making small talks, that allows them to open up to you later if they need to.
Yeah, it's not like you have to know everything about them to help them.
Yeah.
You just need to be there. Like, that's it. Just love them.
Mm-hmm. For me, what I struggle with my Christian image is it's definitely hard to be the same person that I am at church, in other places, school especially, because I am very much more open and outgoing at church than I am at school. I feel like school kind of doesn't shut me down, but I really just am not as outgoing, and I focus more on my grades and things like that.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like I'm not as in school. I'm definitely not going to go just talk to people as easily. Like I might go and sit with the quiet kid for sure and talk with them, but I don't know. As far as the whole, I'm more to myself in school.
Yeah.
I would say.
For me, I see it's so much easier to feel like you belong when you're at church and other places. Like for me, when I go to other public places, it's like I don't fit in as much, and like I feel like everybody goes through that. But when you're at church and you feel that, like, whoa, these people are actually here for me and they love me, I want to be here.
And you all share this belief and morals. It's like everyone in that room is connected.
Yeah.
So it almost kind of makes me think about what you were talking about earlier. How you were talking about grades or something in school.
Yeah.
It makes me like so many people, so many Christians, I should say, want to try and look perfect. They want to, God was perfect, or Jesus was perfect. And he's the person that we look to, that we want to look like.
Mm-hmm.
So I really just think,
Caleb's still dying.
dude, my voice is like giving me problems, personal difficulties.
Yeah.
You don't have to look perfect. You just have to look like Jesus, who was perfect. But you got to think, you're not perfect.
Yeah.
You're not Jesus.
No.
Yeah. You can't be God for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really
You
good.
just got to be yourself and look like
Yeah.
Jesus.
And that's where it comes to like letting people open up to you, I guess. Like if you just keep this good image, you can't necessarily make someone open up to you. But what you can do is
Mm-hmm.
like God help them to come to you for advice or guidance or things like that.
Yeah,
Right.
because when you can't be God for someone else, but when you love someone, they can see God's love through you.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's good. Is that a nugget?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a nugget. I just want to eat these, dude.
Me too. I'm hungry.
I didn't think about how long it would take to eat a nugget.
It takes so long.
I didn't think about that either.
What's like the average time? I'm looking this up.
Keep this in.
Average
Especially
time
to try and stay quiet.
to
Fine.
eat
Water.
a nugget.
I wish I had water.
What?
How many chicken nuggets can you eat before dying?
This is what we're talking about, guys. You can't be influenced by that much of the world. You can't eat that much
too many,
fast
you'll
food.
die.
The stomach
you'll
can
end up
hold on
dying.
average 1 gallon of contents. Food is not as dense as liquids. That being said, unless you were able to liquefy the chicken nuggets, 114 chicken nuggets may be too many before tearing the stomach.
Dang. That's deep.
But if you liquefy the chicken nuggets,
If you liquefy those chicken nuggets.
chicken nuggets,
Chicken nuggets. So, I mean, okay, yeah, like 114 chicken nuggets. Yes, that's very random that it will kill you, but it does still mean... No, I'm just
that
saying...
was like a very smooth segue.
Yeah, thank you. But it's also like... It goes to show that there's a breaking point.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for
you know?
sure. There's
After
always
you-
a breaking
after you-
point.
Wait,
There's a
are you
breaking
talking
point.
about chicken nuggets or
Yes.
Christian image here?
Both.
I'm saying
Analogy.
with
Mm-mm.
with dying at 114 nuggets, basically, is what that's saying. That's a breaking point.
The
And it's
root-
also, you have a breaking point with how much you hang out with
Mm,
the people you hang out with. It's
yeah.
a breaking point with everything.
right.
Yes, the root of
Actually,
sin
yeah.
is death.
Mm.
That's a good
It's
point.
a breaking point.
Because your Christian image we were talking about earlier, like the veggie analogy.
Yeah.
How you
Vegetarians.
eat like junk food and veggies.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you eat so much junk food, if you eat so much of it, not to say it's gonna kill you, but you know if you physically do, then yeah, it could.
Yeah.
But it's talking like spiritually here. If you eat so much of that bad stuff, it's not gonna do anything good for you. It'll push you to a breaking point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is like
Which is
rock bottom or
yes.
whatever.
And that could go into depression. It could just lead into anxiety in the future.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it could affect your future, the way you think. The things you do now, like, and I'm talking to like younger people like our age,
Mm-hmm.
things you do now are so important and they can truly affect your future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like mentally, mental health, guys.
And I mean that goes for everyone, but yeah, especially this
Yeah,
generation,
yeah.
it's like so much.
I mean, look at
Things
the
with-
depression levels
Yeah.
of this generation.
Yeah, it's only
Literally.
going up.
With that, even though it won't immediately cause you to die
Mm-hmm.
eating all that, it will, when you get to a point, it will cause other problems, many problems.
Mm-hmm.
So the same thing with like spiritual stuff is when you don't have those things and then you're taking in all those negative things, there's going to be different problems that just stack up.
It's a
Mhm.
domino effect.
And
Yeah, yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
you want to be able to turn around before you get to that point and really put your focus on Jesus and on God. But
Absolutely.
if you do get to that point, hopefully it is a switching point where it's like
Sometimes it takes
Yeah.
that breaking point.
exactly.
Yes. Because when you get so far, you're like almost in the red.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're in the red and you're like almost at the end. Because that end is the breaking point.
Yeah, sometimes God.
Sometimes it takes the breaking point.
Well, sometimes
Yeah.
we lose everything but God to see that we don't need anything but God.
Boom.
Dude. Job. The book of Job.
Boom.
Yes.
That's a nugget right there.
Who gets that last one?
Oh.
I guess whoever says the next nugget.
Maverick's mother.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is so good. Book of Job.
I mean, it
Mhm.
happens even in like. I think everybody has something like that. That something in their heart changes, something happens, and then they lose everything, and they think that their life is basically over. They think it's just there's no hope
Yeah.
until they see that God never left.
Yeah.
It keeps
God
making me,
stayed the whole time.
dude. It makes me think about Spider-Man: Far From Home. I think it's Far From Home,
Okay.
Okay.
but it's when Tom Holland,
Okay.
Peter Parker,
Yeah.
he's saying, when Tony Stark takes away his suit, he says, "If I don't have that suit, I'm nothing."
Mm.
If you put your identity in the things that you have in this world,
That's good.
and you lose it, and God takes it away to teach you a lesson, really,
Yeah.
because that's what he's doing.
And
Yeah.
Tony, I remember saying after was, if you're nothing without that suit, then you shouldn't have it.
That is
Yep.
exactly where I was going.
That's
Yeah.
why.
Yes.
That's God does that too.
Can we split that nugget 3 ways? No,
I'm
I'm
good.
giving it to your Mavericks mom.
I'm good.
No, but I mean that's true. It's like if you finding your identity in something that can be taken away, if it gets taken away, who are you? I mean, like
Yeah.
you can't put your identity in anything that can be taken away, so you need to make sure that you are putting it in the one thing that can
That's why we can't put anything on a pedestal but Jesus,
Mhm.
because when we
Right.
put other things up there, you know that you're gonna lose them at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But when
Mhm.
you put God up there, you know He's eternal. He'll never leave you.
be. Exactly. Welcome back to At the Movies, guys. Today we're breaking down Far
Seriously?
From Home.
Yes.
The Eternals.
The Eternals.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cam's
Cam's just so anxious to drink this water. He's like,
Coffee. It's not helping.
You have coffee?
Yeah.
Okay.
you know
Coffee
what?
and chicken nuggets.
I have an idea.
Go ahead.
Can we get personal mugs? Like
That
coffee
say-
mugs?
my gosh.
that
can
say
we please?
Christian nuggets. Yeah, let's do
Dude,
it.
that would be
Please.
amazing.
Can we get, guys, coming to you soon, Christian Nuggets merch.
Ooh.
Christian Nuggets merch.
I
Yeah.
think we
Like,
start with mugs on the
Personal
table.
mug just for
Mhm.
us. And we'll
If
kind of
you're-
experiment.
On Spotify or Apple Music, I potentially set up a way to donate. So if you want to see
Yeah.
personal mugs, let's do it.
We can start like a GoFundMe.
Yes.
I can put the link in the description of the
No, I
YouTube
don't wanna
video.
do that. The only thing that we need to be paid with is the wisdom of God.
Mm.
Mm.
I mean, we're
That's so
giving the
good.
wisdom.
But we have to receive it.
Share
too.
the wisdom of God with your friends, everybody.
No, dude, that would be really cool if we all had mugs.
Yes.
Let's get mugs. That's the start.
Let's
Let's
get
get
mugs.
mugs.
As opposed to better mic equipment, mugs.
Mugs.
Shoeboxes are fine.
Let's just buy more shoe boxes.
Just get more shoeboxes and fill them with
Wait,
mugs.
to where you can't even see us.
I'm gonna look this up on Amazon right now.
Yeah, I want to
Shoe boxes.
Should we bring it back?
No.
I think it just comes back to make sure that if you can't be a godly person by yourself or at church, where it's like the two easiest places, you're not going to be a good Christian godly person outside of those places.
Yeah.
And it's important to be that person, especially for others, but also for yourself.
Yeah, I want to say one thing about what I just said. If anybody listening is at the breaking point, know that it's not over.
It's not
God's-
the end.
God still has a plan and a purpose for your life, and He's there. He never left
Amen.
in the first place.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd also like to recommend the first 2 podcasts.
Intake and worship.
Yeah.
Intake and worship. But yeah, no, seriously. It's
And also
there's definitely
read the book of Job.
Yeah.
It's I know it's long. It's kind of long,
But Job
but
is good.
it's a good book.
Yeah.
So much good in it.
Mm-hmm.
I found this shoebox online for $61.
Nice.
You want
Tax is
$61.
$4.27.
You could buy a pair of shoes for $61.
Uline delivery is $24.
And it would come with the shoebox.
So
That's an
altogether,
$85 box.
it's an $85 box.
You could buy shoes, and it would come with the shoebox for that price.
No, just a box.
I'm saying,
Because then you would have to wear shoes.
or give them away. All right, guys.
We
That's
should
what it
do a
was.
shoe giveaway on.
Shoe giveaway. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. I think we had a pretty decently successful.
Decent.
It was a pretty
I think it
successful
was really good.
podcast.
It was
I liked
pretty
it.
average, you know.
Yeah.
I like this
No,
topic.
we were good.
Yeah.
We were-
I hope
we
you
were
guys
amazing.
enjoyed it.
Make sure you subscribe.
Follow us on Insta, Spotify,
That's
Apple
right. We have an
Podcasts.
Instagram.
Yeah, we have an Instagram now
We
at
do.
Christian Nuggets Clips.
Mm.
Yeah. Follow us.
Yep.
And we will see you guys next
Hit
week.
the subscribe.
See you guys.
Adios. Bye.